All right, so today we are going to watch a clip here of Nancy Pelosi on CNN say that pro-Palestinian protesters, people that are, anti-genocide, are somehow financially tied to Vladimir Putin, and calling for a ceasefire is Vladimir Putin's message. Also, I'm having a little bit of a bad hair day, so don't make fun of me in the comments. But without further ado, here is Nancy Pelosi on CNN saying some of the most off the wall, crazy, batshit things I have ever heard. Like, straight up, because just here's the clip. Here's the
They're
clip.
in front of my house all the time. So I have a feeling for what feelings they have. But we have to think about what we're doing. And what we have to do is try to stop the suffering in Gaza.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to say it. We have to try to stop the suffering in Gaza. I mean, you could just be like, America does not need to unabashedly 100% of the time always support Israel and send them billions of dollars. You could have said that, but, sure, I guess.
Women and children, people who don't have a place to go. So let's address that. But for them to call for a ceasefire is Mr. Putin's message.
Bro, how I'm sorry, Nancy. Did the entire world just miss something? Is there something that we don't know that you know? Calling for a ceasefire during an ongoing genocide in Gaza is Mr. Putin's message? Why is number one, why the fuck is she calling him Mr. Putin? I think that that's weird. That might just be a nitpick of mine. That's fucking weird to me. Number two, Nancy, Vladimir Putin does not care about the people in Russia, and he does not care about the people in Ukraine either. That man is a warmonger. He is absolutely horrible, and I don't understand how pro-Palestinian protesters calling for a ceasefire is Mr. Putin's message. Again, I don't know if she's been living under a rock for the past almost 2 years now, but Russia has invaded Ukraine because Vladimir Putin believes that Ukraine is, for some reason, his, and there is an ongoing war in between Russia and Ukraine, and Vladimir Putin is one of the most heinous, horrible tyrants that has ever lived. How is calling for a ceasefire? 9,000 plus children have died in Gaza. How is calling for a ceasefire Vladimir Putin's message? I need this. I really need her to explain that complete and utter bullshit that she just said, because no, I don't think there's anyone that thinks that. It gets worse, though, guys. It gets so much worse.
Mr. Putin's message. Make no mistake, this is directly connected to what he would like to see. Same thing with Ukraine. It's about Putin's message. I think some of these protesters are spontaneous and organic and sincere. Some, I think, are connected to Russia, and I say that having looked at this for a long time now, as you know.
You think some of these protests are Russian plants?
I think they're plants. I think some financing should be investigated, and I want to ask the FBI to investigate that.
That is fucking so wild. Is one of the most nutty things I have ever heard. And she said this on CNN too. She just said on national TV that pro-Palestinian protesters are financially tied to Vladimir Putin, and the FBI should investigate them for being tied to Putin. I don't even know how the fuck anyone can respond to that, because there's connect the dots, Nancy. Where is this happening? What do you know that we don't know? I mean, I don't know why she would say something so horrible, so heinous, so just downright disgusting and incorrect. But something that I did find out before I started filming, I looked this up. There's a really great website that we have here called opensecrets.org. Some of you might be familiar with them. But something that opensecrets.org does is they track which politicians receive certain money from lobbyist groups, and they have they're not the only organization that does this. There's a bunch of really good organizations that do this, and they have a list here of pro-Israel lobbyist money recipients. And lo and behold, all we have to do, this is a really long list. It's got 1,400 different entries. All we have to do is go to the second page out of 57, and it starts from the amount of money and then goes down from the largest to the least. And who do we have right here on the second fucking page? None other than Nancy Pelosi, who has received $606,698 from pro-Israel lobbyist groups. So I don't know if she is the best person to believe when she's getting on TV and saying that pro-Palestinians, pro-Palestine protesters that are, saying that there should be a ceasefire. Literal people that are anti-genocide are somehow financially tied to Vladimir Putin, and this is part of Putin's messaging. I definitely don't think she is the most trustworthy when it comes to this. And earlier today, actually, the Council on American Islamic Relations condemned Nancy Pelosi for saying that pro-Palestinian protesters are somehow connected to fucking Vladimir Putin. Again, I don't understand how she can say something like that and with a straight face. There's no, what is the connection? Where? People that are anti-genocide, people that are pro-Palestine are fucking just on Putin's payroll? She seriously thinks that? I can't engage with fucking stupid. It's hard for me to. Excuse me. The Council on American Islamic Relations on Sunday condemned Rep. Nancy Pelosi for linking pro-Palestinian protesters to Russia during a CNN interview in which she also indicates she wants the FBI to investigate any potential financial links. Pelosi suggested that some pro-Palestinian protesters who called for a ceasefire in Gaza are spreading a message that is beneficial to Russian President Vladimir Putin. How is Mr. Putin, that's Nancy's terms, how is Mr. Putin benefiting from people saying that, genocide is bad and, the people in Gaza, the Palestinians, do not deserve to be indiscriminately murdered and completely wiped out? How is Vladimir Putin benefiting from this shit? I really, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it more and more, and the more that I think about it, the more just horrible and disgusting I think those types of comments are. The 9,000 plus innocent children that have died because of the Israeli apartheid regime, the IDF, which again is a terrorist organization. You think that people calling for a ceasefire are financially tied to Putin, and this is part of Putin's messaging? I can't wrap my head around it. I cannot wrap my head around it. If anyone else said this, I would be saying the same thing. I cannot fucking wrap my head around this absolutely just straight up dumb shit that's 100% not true. But that is where I am going to leave this video. I know I didn't have a ton to say about Miss Pelosi's comments here, but guys, please let me know what you thought of what Nancy Pelosi said. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of my coverage, and I will see you guys in the next one. And guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload.